Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Crypto Technical Analysis episode 43. My name is Adam. I'm your host, and we go into creating an Android app, doing the technical analysis of cryptocurrency. Made a lot of features and it's been pretty fun and challenging. So in this episode, we're going to be going into updating some more of the RecyclerView for our overlays. We have to add the time frame and color detail for the exponential moving average, and then there's a little timing issue that we're going to look into. And then I had something in my mind that possible to do enhancement. And that is updating the text label. So if we look at our edit text, this time frame on the slider, update this and this without actually updating the whole row. And that what that does is because we're doing a slider update, it updates this whole row every single time, and you can lose focus of this slider. If we can update the individual pieces, we probably can update at least this individual piece, but the parent we probably have to update the whole item because we probably won't have access to that view holder. So update text, edit text from the slider directly without trying to notify a change. So that's what we're going to work on trying to do today, and let's see if we can do that. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Facebook or my YouTube, grab the link and throw it on Facebook real quick. So we'll take this, go to Facebook. Alrighty. It's funny, I had a friend text me yesterday that asked if my Facebook was hacked because they saw really strange text coming from my Facebook account, and it is cryptic. It's literally just the headline to these videos, and for someone who's doesn't write Android apps and has no context of this, it looks hacky like. So I was like, no, that's not any hack. That's me doing this video thing. So alright, I think I got that sorted out, and let's get to it. So what we'll look into doing is adding the time frame and color details for the exponential moving average. So we go to the overlay. This is where we just kind of copy probably this. But we do want to add in, we want to add in where the exponential moving average is. We want to do something like this, but EMA, and then we'll go back to where we were before, and we'll change this to EMA, and it's true, so then these will show up. So if we look at the exponential moving average on the simulator, you see we don't have the drop down, but once we add it, once we push this off over there, we should be able to see it. Oh, it's strange, why do I always leave that full screen on. I'm gonna take that off. But the video, at least from my screen over here, looks like it's frozen, but that's okay. Well, let's look at the builder. Alright, it's built. Installing. Now it's running technical analysis. Boom, boom, boom. There's this really cool, well, I don't know if it's really cool, but there's this library called Leaky Canary that I kind of want to run on this app and see where, if there's any like memory links and stuff like that. Alright, so let's go to exponential moving average. Let's turn it on. And we see time frame. We can move it, it changes, perfect. Change the color to maybe something like red. It changes. If we want to reset it, we go reset the color. Bam, bam, bam. Looks like we got that one done. Let's go back to the to-do class. Done. 6/22, 2018. Alright, so now let's look into updating the edit text from the slider directly without notifying a change. And I think I have this in my mind. It shouldn't be too bad. So on progress change, we say triggered text edit update. And this is probably where it gets probably a little tricky, because this is pretty generic. Views for view. Where is the views at all? Oh, that's used for hiding the text. Oh, another thing I noticed was to do on the device, the OK button does not return for editing the values. So that's when we do something like this on the editing, we change it to 15 and press enter. It doesn't actually submit anything unless I press the enter button on the keyboard. So it's like the OK button is not working. So it's look into that too. But going to here, that just hides that. And so from here, we just want to update the the text. So let's try to do view holder dot, is it detail dial? No. Edit text detail dot text equals this. And what we'll do is we will actually and this needs to be casted to a string. To string. Nope. Maybe. Editable text. Text. Let's go to edit text. How does it edit a text? So we don't actually, we just update the data structure and notify a change. We don't actually hard update the text. Let's see where we can update the text. If anyone even is updating it. Oh, set text. There we go. We'll just do set text. Like that. Okay, let's try that and we will comment this out. And what this should do is just change this main text. It won't update the parent, but it'll just change this main text. So let's try that out. And it should actually be a lot smoother, because when you move the slider, you can notice that that item in the recycler view kind of like intensifies, like pulsates a little bit, and that's when you know that that item is being updated, where this should just update the text, edit text by itself without have to update it, the whole thing, which is a good thing. It should make it smoother. And then the next thing would be just to update its parent, which shouldn't be too bad. So running technical analysis. Okay, here we go, done. And exponential moving average, we'll expand this. And so let's see what this does. Yeah, it moves it, and you can see that it's not running until, yeah. You know what, I think I actually like that really well, because you can see, okay, this is what it temporarily is, and then when you let go, that's when you know that it's going to run the analysis, and then it updates. What we'll have to do actually is change this to an integer and then to a string. To int, because I don't like that decimal place. Or wait a minute. We have to actually know if it's a integer or not. So let's go, there's a way to find if it's integer. Data list position. There we go. Position comes from, oh, from here. We'll take this. We'll go back to here, and we will actually just cut this out. And oh, we actually have the position. Because we can delete this right here, and then this will be values are ints, then we cast it to int, and then to a string. Oh, gotta do the dot notation. And then, otherwise, they're not ints, and then we don't want to cast it to an integer. Else. There we go. Let's try that out. I'm liking it. It's actually really smooth on the updating the edit text, and I don't think it's really necessary to update the parent. That's just like, we can think of that as the actual locked on value. Once the person does the stop tracking, it's like, hey, now we're gonna run the technical analysis, we're gonna run updating the edit text. So yeah, the parent edit text. So let's take a look. This 20 and bam bam bam, boom, 33, boom. So I think that that's successful. What I'll do is we will go to the parabolic SAR because that's important to test. And we do have that timing issue, right? That's the timing issue. So, oh, crapola. So we're not doing that 100% correct. Why? Seek bar. Position, overlay, kind, get position, and it checks to see if they're ints. Is that right? Actually, no, it's not exactly, because I think really it's the parent. If it is, yeah, this isn't quite right. This is a bug because we don't say that it's we only say that the parent if it's an integer or not. Well, actually, did we update that? Parabolic SAR. Or it's false. We can just do this, it makes it really easy. That's one thing we can duplicate. That makes it easy, and it should make it work a little better. Back over here, this position should be true, which should then, or false, which should go into this else case, and then we should have the values updating not to 0, because before we do get a decimal place here, which is under 1, we cast it to an integer, it chops that decimal place off, so that's why we get our 0 values. Okay, here we go. Parabolic SAR. Yep, there we go. boom, 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 boom. I love it. It is just awesome. Okay, so next thing, we can just say that's done. To do class. Yeah, we can say this is done. Done. 6/22/2018. Then the next thing is, let's do this one. I'm leaving the enhanced, this timing issue for a little bit later. The device on the button. So like when we try to edit this text, we have, sometimes it's a return, sometimes it's not. That one says, that's like a next. That's an okay check. That's an okay check. But that one's next. That seems to be okay, because it's the last one. But when that is not, it's just a checkbox. Maybe we just need, maybe the value needs to change. 4, okay. No. Yeah, I think overlay, probably on the edit text. We gotta see where the trigger edit text is all. On key listener. Key code, enter key code. Is there an OK key code? Let's see, let's Google. Let's go to the full screen. Android, OK, edit text, OK button. Checkbox or action send. Okay, so maybe that's something to deal with our layouts. So let's go to our layouts. Res, layout, and detailed overlay item. So this is a detailed header and then add a detailed text. Input type decimal. There's no item on there. So what would the other one to? Line chart item? No. Combine chart view item? No. Layout? View holder? Nope. That's not it. Overlay RecyclerView. Here we go. What? It's not exactly what I was thinking. Where's the item? Line chart view item? Nope. Detailed? Nope, that's not it. We were just on that one. Spinner overlays. There we go. So these guys, action done. IME text, action done. Whoops. This one just does no action at all. IME action options, normal, action, unspecified. Maybe we just want to do the action, we not specify. So let's go to this. Nope, not this one. Spinner overviews. IME options. Normal, action, unspecified. Yep. Remove these guys. And let's run that. This might take a little bit to build, but this should match what it should match what is on the detailed one. And if it matches the detailed one, then we should be in business. Okay. Getting close. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. And we were saying editing this guy. The action. It really is only action done when it has changed. Which is probably fine. Because there we go. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I'm liking it. I am liking it. So, alright. We can mark that one done. Done 6/22/2018. Alright, now let's go. I wonder if we fixed the timing issue. Nope, we have not. So let's look right here. Excuse me. Alright, so here we can look in our logs. We're adding these three. We're getting many fires from, not from the user, so we'll keep resetting it to 0. We have our initial progress, our max, our initial progress is 0, but our scale factor and value don't seem to match. And is that because, okay, we're gonna go to, let's close some of these out. No data store, we don't need our items, so is that because our progress is different? Current value, get value position. We're forcing it into an integer. Oh, no, that should be fine. Current value, scaled value. Let's push this and see why our initial value is 0 if our scale value should be matching. For some reason initial progress is set to 0, but the scaled value should be from here, calculated from there, based off these two guys. Maybe the most important thing... trying to think, if we do see a 0 not from user, do we want to force refresh? Maybe, but that might trigger too many refreshes. So let's expand it. That seemed to be okay. I'm sure we'll get one. There we go. Time frame. Scaled value. Resetting. Is it seeing whatever this thing was, maybe? Scaling factor. Yeah, I think that might be an issue. Because this like ends up being a global thing. Do we pass in the position? We can get it. I think we should get the scaling factor every time. Because of the position, we should get the scaling factor. Scaling factor, scaling. We'll just, I'll take this and do this and this and the position. We can get the position based off of this. Subposition. So we'll copy that. So no variables for within this seek change listener. It just ends up being in memory, and each seek bar is looking at the wrong value because of timing. So we'll just get the scaling based off the position, and that should do it. So let's try that out. I was thinking in the back of my mind too, so we have a reset color in case someone wants to use the default colors. We do not have a reset values, because we can start messing with these numbers, or we can just say, I think we were just saying we reset the values on restart. trying to think if we want to do we want to save the numbers over? Maybe not. Might take a little bit of a lot of saving. Okay, so let's try it out. There we go, scale values. Scaled, scaled, scaled. They look like they're on the money. Yeah, that was it. That was it. That little funny global. So we'll say this is done. Done 6/22/2018. What and solution was it the scale factor was using global, which ended up being from other seek bars. Okay. So the last thing I can think of that would get this to be ideal was if we save the values, which we don't save the values, because if we change this to like 8, turn this on, if we change that to 8, and then we decide we want to close out and open it back up, I'm pretty sure that that doesn't get saved. So it's I see it as a non-issue right now because the default values I think is probably important for that stuff. What is saved though is if a trend line is on the previous time, it will get loaded the next time. Yep, so you got added the last time, but we will look at, see it's at 7, so I think that that's fine. One thing that we can say now is our overlays version 2.0 is complete, which is pretty darn cool on updating this. So I would say done as of 6/22/2018, and it looked like it took about a month. Well, maybe not exactly a month. Yeah, well, yeah, not exactly. So May 28th was like the first update, and I had 2 weeks of, or a week so vacation. So yeah, it was good. So let's move some of these to-dos up a few levels to right here, and we can talk about some things that we want to prioritize, and then we'll just call it for today. So we have an error when we flip the screen, adds extra volume. Yeah, that's an issue we maybe want to look at. Landscape, doesn't all chart fit on the graph without scrolling. I think this error is probably more important to fix. Issue when scrolling on one diagram and move to the other that gets out of sync. Yeah, I'd say that those are all like minor issues. And then interesting adding other guys. Yeah, these other ones. That's what we will look into that next. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about what we got going on here. Oh, another to-do would be, I'm thinking of to-do when the overlay RecyclerView is visible. Clicking on this screen collapses it. Clicking on the screen / graph collapses it. We'll look into the errors first instead of doing the features. So this one looks like there'll probably be a little bit more issue, but we order these. We'll move this guy down to be right there. But yeah, we'll take a look at those next time. But made some good progress today. It was a 41-minute session, and yeah. Thanks all for joining. If you have any questions, any directions that you guys want to do, anything different, please let me know. acorbin3@gmail.com. Just send in the comments of the videos, or yeah, whenever. Facebook, YouTube, not MySpace. Thanks all for joining. Until next time.